You're thinking too linearly with Azula. It's easy to take a look at a Grixis baddie like her and think degenerate lines of play. Let's copy a Nexus of Fate. Let's copy an Orcish Bowmaster. That's great, but it's not the best lines ever. It turns Azula into a very worse Kess Dissident Mage, and Kess is barely playable in today's competitive environments, let alone casual environments. So the great question is, what should you be doing with Azula? First of all, avoid all the things that give everything flash. Leyline of Anticipation, High Fae Trickster, Valley Flood Caller, they're all traps. Even Vidalcan Orrery is a trap. Being able to cast anything at instant speed sure lets you copy anything that you can cast, but the big question is this: what are the best things to copy? Azula specifically says whenever you cast a spell when she's attacking, copy it. So what, you go with a more boring Spellslinger route, where you have to have additional cards that actually make your commander do anything? Are you open to cast a Mizzix's Mastery overloaded while she's attacking and copy everything you cast from the yard? You want to drop an Underworld Breach and recast everything from the yard at instant speed while she's attacking to double it all up and win with a Brain Freeze doubled? Iroh Grand Lotus is a way better commander for that, and an infinitely easier to achieve Storm Enabler. More on that another day. Competitive Azula is a trap. It is my personal opinion that the best cards to run with Azula already have Flash, or are already instants, rather than trying to hope to give everything you cast Flash. It's an extra step, and it's not even a good extra step. All these Flash enablers cost the same amount of mana as your commander. Instead, try to play the entire game at instant speed. The only cards you should be running that must be played at sorcery speed should be Mana Rocks, or draw enablers that come down before Azula. Anything you cast after Azula should be able to be cast and doubled with her trigger. While your nuts and bolts, Black Market Connections, Frostcliff Siege, Mana Rocks, are all necessities in the deck, they all come down before Azula starts making real noise and real value. Ways to protect Azula like Winged Boots and Brotherhood Regalia are all fine to add to the deck. They do what we want them to do in making sure Azula can attack and survive each turn, but they come down before she does. While other fantastic synergy pieces like Twinning Staff, one of my all-time favorite underrated cards, is a must-have to ratchet up the value you're getting from Azula's trigger. Along with other ways to cast spells during combat like Key to the Vault, Buster Sword, or OG Atali are all amazing to have in the deck, even without getting an extra copy of them, since they let you cast multiple spells during combat for extra value. But apart from that, let everything be an instant or have flash. A great example of this is the Silver Shroud costume. It protects Azula from targeted removal, has flash, and makes her unblockable. And we can get 2 copies if we cast it during combat, using Azula's own firebending mana to cast it. This way you can be assured she's surviving combat and until the end of turn while getting an extra copy to suit up any of your other creatures with. But we can have our nuts and bolts value like one-time card draw at instant speed for twice the benefit. Demand Answers, Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, all cast at instant speed and double up without us having to pay the additional costs of discarding a card again. This is the deck's baseline value with Azula. Discard a card, draw 4 cards. Again, that is the baseline value here. It only gets better from there. Your win cons are doubling up on Comet Storm or Electro Dominate to burn opponents out for half the mana it would normally take. Or your win cons are making infinite copies of a Dual Caster Mage, which has flash naturally in case you want to cast it for value, along with any red hasty clone maker like a Molten Duplication or a Heat Shimmer. Or yes, you could just try to take infinite turns by copying a Nexus of Fate cast at instant speed for 2 extra turns, ensuring that you get low enough in your library that you will eventually always draw it. Azula is not a win con. People need to shake that from their heads. Azula is a value engine. She just gets you twice as much value from your spells. That's all, and that's not even really that good. You just think you can fix her. Pro tip, you can't fix crazy. But what you can do is make sure every creature you cast is getting twice as much value. I've packed my list with creatures that have flash, many of which cast more spells that get doubled if you do this in combat. Look at Torrential Gearhulk. If you cast the Gearhulk while Azula is attacking, you get 2 5/6 bodies that each free cast an instant from your graveyard that each get doubled. For 6 mana, you get 6 spells, and that is massive value. Mysterious Stranger acts the same way, but with cards from anyone's graveyard, and that's just 4 mana to cast possibly the best stuff in anyone's yard. And since the casting of spells here ignores timing restrictions, you could be getting a bomb sorcery from an opponent's graveyard and doubling it as well. And Crackling Spellslinger can give the stuff that you cast Storm, and if you get an extra copy of it when casting it while Azula is attacking, you give your spell Double Storm for 2 copies for each spell cast before it. That can lead to a lot of copies, including an extra copy if you cast the spell with Double Storm while Azula is attacking. Necron Deathmark is a flash removal spell that doubles up and leaves you with 2 5/3 bodies, which, again, is incredible value and can do a lot to spot remove difficult threats in play. But my favorite, as always, are clones. Surprisingly, there are a lot of instant speed clones, like Calidus Assassin, which also acts as removal, Waxen Shape Thief, or Stunt Double. If that's not enough for you, there's also Malleable Imposter and Mocking Doppelganger that can become 2 copies of the best thing on your opponent's board. Let me tell you, this has helped me get really crazy a few games by copying big threats I otherwise couldn't deal with. If you can't beat them, join them. Round out the deck with enablers that lean specifically into casting instants or flash spells, like Cunning Nightbonder for some discounts or Slitherwisp for some extra chip damage. Even without Azula, your deck is crafty, sneaky, and value-filled that can recover from board wipes incredibly well while staying ahead of opponents' game plans and dealing with threats as they pop up. My list, linked in the description, is a Bracket 3 deck with a few game changers, but let me know how you're planning on building Fire Lord Azula in the comments. And don't leave without checking out my sponsors like Card Conduit. They are hands down the easiest way to sell your individual Magic cards without the hassle of traditional buy listing. They'll get you top dollar while handling all of the heavy lifting, from sorting to grading to optimizing your price across a huge network of vendors. And they'll give you cold hard cash for it. You can use the promo code MECHANIC right now for 10% off of all fees. And if you want to pick up the cards for this list, make sure to go check out Card Trader. Use my promo code MECHANIC right now for 5% off your order from any TCG. Card Trader's zero system means you can get cards from all over the world with only 1 shipping fee. Save money and time today. Lastly, you can check out all of my decks on MOXFIELD. MOXFIELD is the best deck building platform in the world and makes it easy to build decks and search for specific cards with their powerful tools. Have you checked out their drag and drop feature yet? It's revolutionary. Be sure to check out my brews and follow my profile there right now. If you were inspired to brew today, you have to hit that subscribe button. Check out this other deck on my channel right now for more sweet tech. And as always folks, good luck and have fun.